So I was thinking about this movie, Road to El Dorado, animated movie, which I think it was like year 2000 or something. It was part of this block of animated movies that had pretty decent quality. I think like Treasure Island and Sinbad were the other ones, both commercial flops, but at least Sinbad, there's some charm to it for sure. Road to El Dorado is, I think, the most well-known and well-regarded of the three, and for a good reason. It's pretty funny. But one thing that kind of sets it apart from other movies, other animated movies intended for children of a similar time period, at least, is it really tackles religion head on, in a way that, like, Toy Story, for example. I don't know if, like, Toy Story is set in like a modern America, so you assume that there's probably Christianity in it, right? Like you assume that there's Christianity probably exists in that world, but it doesn't have to, right? I mean, the only thing that really has to happen in Toy Story is that there's talking toys. There's no need for any religion to exist, right? Like it could be a world without religion, and it wouldn't really affect anything, even if Christianity is confirmed in the movie's existence. I mean, maybe there's like a cross in the background or a church in one of the outside shots. I don't think that's the case, but if that is, that's like the most Christianity can come up. In Road to El Dorado, the main plot line is that the characters kind of con their way into acting like they're gods to the indigenous people of El Dorado, who are like a sort of hodgepodge of various indigenous Central American cultures. I don't know, maybe some South American ones too. Definitely like Mayan and Aztec influences. I'm not trying to say this as a historical inaccuracy, by the way. El Dorado doesn't really exist, so like whatever, do whatever you want with it. But it's, a stand-in for a broad set of cultures that are part of a big cultural conflict with the Spanish. And Tulio and the other guy, I don't know, the fucking main characters of the movie are from Spain. Indisputably, they're from Spain. And they bump into a historical real Spaniard, Hernan Cortez, on board the ship that they used to get over there, who has this line burned into my memory because in no uncertain terms, he makes his religious affiliations clear when he says that his crew was picked out more carefully than the disciples of Christ. Really underlining the Christ when he says it. He really emphasizes it because that's his direction in the film. So, and then, the other big... so Christianity exists, and we have a cultural conflict with the religion practiced by this indigenous group in El Dorado that these guys, kind of pretend to be gods of. And they are, like, discovered. Like, both the leaders of El Dorado, the real political one, knows, but goes along with it because he's chill with it, and he's like, human sacrifice sucks, I guess. And then you have this other guy who's like the religious fanatic. I think his name is like Zekel Khan or something like that, who seems to be like loosely based on like a real Aztec guy, Tlacaelel, I think, brother of Montezuma the First, who like is said to have really emphasized human sacrifice as part of the Aztec religion. I don't know, like, if he really was based on it, but that's the connection I always see when I watch the movie, because this guy loves human sacrifice. He's like, we got to be sacrificing people, and the main characters of the movie are against human sacrifice, which is cool of them, very progressive. But a big climax of the movie is this guy, Zekel Khan, gets, like, he realizes these guys aren't part of their religion, or he realizes they're not really gods, they're just like some chuckle fucks, right? And then he is like, he does like a ritual to turn himself, I think, into like a giant stone monster. A real thing that like terrorizes the village for a bit and threatens the main characters, who like defeat him by some means. But like, that means it was fucking, like, that's fucking real. It happened. He does a magic ritual and becomes like a giant man. So his religion was real. Like, it was correct. He was right about it. And like, I don't know, maybe that means that like Christianity is wrong in this world. Like, I mean, I guess they could both have some level of correctness, but I feel like most Christians would tell you that their theology precludes the fucking Aztec religion or a fictional El Dorado religion from existing, like from being like cosmologically correct. and being able to do rituals in it and stuff. And at the end of it, it's like, woo, yeah, we beat this evil guy who did real fucking magic and was like right about it. And like, could he have done that the whole time? Like, can he just do that whenever he wanted? Like, the real leader of El Dorado is like, woo, it's chill that we got that human sacrificing guy out of here. But that guy was like, I don't know. It's just a weird implication of that movie. That's all.